It's a great day to be a Coyote. Welcome, Coyote Nation, to another episode of Back to Pack Podcast, where we are going to be bringing you all of your favorite games, memories, and of course, discussion with our fellow Coyotes. As a disclaimer, we have no affiliation to the University of South Dakota. This is a podcast ran by fans for fans. The ideas and comments do not represent the university. Our opinions are our own. Be sure to find us on Twitter at BackToPackSD. With that being said, let's jump in. What's up, Mitch? How you doing?
What up? I'm here. How are you?
You're here. I was getting very nervous that I was going to have to do the show myself tonight.
I thought you were too, man. A little technical difficulties, but we got it straightened out.
For now. So if halfway through we lose Mitch, you all know why.
That's right. Darn squirrel chewing on my fiber cable. But hey, Grant's not here. Grant's in Mexico, so, somebody's got it well off.
Does he, though? He doesn't get to do the show with us. He doesn't get ESPN Plus. I mean, what good is it really to be in Mexico?
That does suck for Saturday, actually. Not going to lie.
And Thursday.
Man, I don't know. I've never been to Mexico, so I'd take it.
Yeah, that's fair. I have not been to Mexico either. Definitely on the list eventually. I got some other places I want to do, but for sure.
Absolutely. All right, we got Yote fan in here at 11:21 a.m. this morning. What up, Yote fan? Definitely first with that.
Welcome. Yeah.
He's got the hello Yote, fellow Yote fans. Yote's -6.5. That's right. That's the Reddit spread. We'll get into that.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me frustrated.
Yeah. Oh, hey, as we start this, by the way, I want to remind fans, this is a noon kickoff.
Yeah, that is. Sorry, I'm trying to get this pulled up so it's working.
Yeah, not your typical 1 o'clock kick. So it's 1 o'clock Eastern. That's noon Central. So I want to make sure all fans that are going to tune in there don't be an hour late.
Yeah, you don't want to miss most of it. All right, yep. Oh, I love looking at this thing. It's just
this is pretty cool.
We're doing awesome.
Man, Coyote Nation is doing awesome. Look at this. Yeah. I'm going to blow this up so I can see it a little bit bigger here. But yeah, so we talked about this on Monday's show. The matches are starting to roll in now. So we've seen a couple of those this week. So we're up to $11,751. And the Blue School up north actually had a sizable chunk come in too. So they've gained ground a little bit.
And definitely look for them to gain a lot more ground this weekend with Hobo Days setting up. And we absolutely crushed out of the park on D-Days.
We did.
Definitely expect them to go out and do it the same. And you know what? I'll joke about it as much as I can. I want us to win. I want the Yotes to win. But here's the thing: I want to win 25,000 to 24,999. Like this.
Last play that.
Exactly. I'll donate that extra dollar just to push us over the edge.
Heck yeah.
But it's for such a great cause. I mean, it's cool to have the trophy come back to USD after a 1-year hiatus. But at the end of the day, what we're doing and being able to help the kids, it means so much.
Yeah. And I guess for those that maybe are tuning into this for the first time, this is to go towards childhood cancer research and also the care of the patients and families. So this could be something as far as medical bills or even just transportation, getting to and from a hospital, that kind of thing, or any sort of treatment or care that goes with that. So you've kind of got a couple of pieces to this, but the big one's that cancer research, childhood cancer research, but there is other things that this goes to as well. So,
yes.
Like you said, great cause.
Yeah. I think my favorite part is how much it actually reaches out to try to help families too, during probably the worst time of their life. So
yeah, exactly. But just another quick glance here, looking down the list, you got a bunch of schools still at 0. Montana State's in there at 3rd with Taco Dollar, and Cam Stodge Hill there with where's he? Oh yeah, Albany, New York. So we've got a couple that are going, but definitely need some more to step up. That's for sure. But hey, I love what Coyote Nation's done so far this year, and more to come.
Oh, I mean, we're going to get into it real quick here. We're not going to stay stagnant. That's for sure.
That's right. So one thing I want to mention just real quick, the Lemon Top Challenge, man, we haven't pushed this that much because we've been working on other ways to raise money. But I just want to mention that we are definitely some room to improve here in terms of the free money coming from Northwestern Mutual, and that's through that Lemon Top Challenge. So we've gotten credit for 11 posts, season to date. And I think I'm not going to dwell on this week because it's it's an away game for us. But I think that 3-game homestand, man, we really need to push the lemon top challenge, have lemons out at tailgate, and get people to post this up. So more to come on that.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'll be honest. I haven't had time. The only time I actually think about the lemon top challenge is while we're at the game.
It's
And
tough.
it's tough throwing out those jello shots. We sling them like crazy. We've been doing a fantastic job there, but I'm definitely going to make it a point to get mine done at the Illinois State game.
Yep, absolutely. And we can help people through that. So more to come on that. But the big one for tonight, we're going to throw up a little basketball, a little blast from the past here. What do you think about this shot?
Dude, this is bringing memories back from when I was in college.
Yes, absolutely. So tonight, man, we're going to talk about Trevor Gruis, number 50. He played for the Yotes, and we mentioned this off air, but the young Casey Kasperbauer, how about that?
Absolutely, crossing paths. That's wild to think about. That I don't know. It doesn't feel like Casey graduated that long ago.
I know.
So it's strange, but yeah, let's talk about why Trevor's on here.
Go ahead, take the floor is yours.
We have a new donation opportunity for Alex's Lemonade Stand that I am super pumped about, and I am not going to take any credit on this. This was Trevor reaching out to me, so shout out to Trevor and his wife Sydney and the Gruis Farms. But with it, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be raffling off 2 separate quarters of a butchered beef. Now, this raffle starts tonight. Right now, we're starting this bad boy, and it is going to run until November 12th, and we will do a live drawing on our show, on our typical Thursday night show on 11/13 to figure out who the 2 winners are. Now, the first thing I want to say about this is we cannot have the same person winning both. So once you win the first one, you will not have an opportunity to win the second one. But what we are going to be doing is raffle tickets. We will do 1 raffle ticket for $20, 3 tickets for $50, and 10 tickets for $100. There are 3 ways that you can donate to get involved on this opportunity here. The first one is just take a screenshot and Facebook message me on your donation that you made to Alex's Lemonade Stand, and I will put you down for the tickets based off your donation. The other way, you can Venmo me. Just reach out to me on Facebook Messenger, DM us on Twitter, or if you have my number, text me. We'll definitely get it set up. And the other one is cash at tailgates. What we'll be doing is it'll be an all-digital raffle. So you just message me how many tickets you want. I'll put you in on it. And then we're going to do the fun little spinning wheels that you can do on a website live on the show and to pick a winner. But this is absolutely insane. This is a $2,000 donation up for grabs here from the Gruis Farms.
Man, and so first off, I want to say, we're not an egg school, but we have a gentleman here, former Yote, bringing in some high quality beef for this raffle from his family farm that he, was a big part of growing up, was even during his college days, and continues to be to this day. So this is fantastic. But Trevor played basketball at USD. We were talking about that offline. That
absolutely,
I had 1 year of overlap with him in 2010 to 2011, but he played from 2010 to 2014. So you got to see him quite a bit more than I did. Jake, and then his wife Sydney too played volleyball at USD from 12 to 15 there.
Yeah, straight up baller family. The kids that are going to come from the Gruis Farms, first of all, better come to USD, but second of all, are going to be some athletic studs. No, both of them, Sydney and Trevor, absolutely tore it up during their time at USD. I am a little concerned while talking with Trevor. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I recognize your name. It's definitely not for a good reason at that point when if we cross paths during college. But hey, it is what it is.
Maybe at a party or something. But
basketball players don't party.
Okay. Trevor, I tell you what though, Trevor was a beast, man. I mean, huge,
yes, he was.
Like 6'10", and I remember seeing him get a couple double doubles even his first year at USD, and that brought a lot. When you mentioned this to me, that brought back a lot of memories in the dome, because we were still in the dome at that time, so it was good to kind of think about those days, and yeah, this is absolutely huge. So I'm gonna roll it to the next screen here and just mention his family farm. And, all, like we said, high quality at their farm, from farm to table, all in one spot, really, right? And butchering, Man, they have a ton of products too that you can go on their website, Gruis Farms. Just Google that and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the one thing we're going to be doing, obviously, with this wonderful donation, we are going to be pushing this stuff at this time of year. This is a perfect time to stock your freezers, regardless. So check out the products that they have. And I will say this, if your luck does not hit on November 13th, don't hesitate to still reach out to the Gruis Farms here. They will hook you up with some high quality beef.
Yeah, and they're not that far away in Southwest Minnesota.
Oh, absolutely not.
I was trying to think, looking at their website, man, I think they butcher in November. So this is all going to be like super fresh product coming right around the holiday season. So
the drawing will actually happen prior to the beef being ready. It'll be ready in the next week, and we'll get whether it's delivery, pickup, or shipping sorted out afterwards. But it's just unbelievable. I'm so pumped about this opportunity. This one's going to be a fun, long-standing one.
So after this, Jake, we should be able to say that we also have better beef than the school up north?
Absolutely. I mean, look at that.
Let's go.
Look at that cows right there. They are all natural, grass-fed, no GMOs. Yep. I don't know what else terms to use that are bad and derogatory towards beef, but
antibiotics, steroids, all the bad stuff.
Yeah, all the bad stuff. It's in the Brookings area, not in Adrian, Minnesota.
There you go. Yeah, this is sweet.
This is going to be fun.
I can't wait to talk about this more too, because we'll be obviously bringing this up many times here in the future. But let's switch gears here. Let's talk football for a minute. Transfer portal. We had a big announcement come out here this past week with the basically the administrative committee. Now this has gone through a bunch of committees and whatnot, but essentially it's real close to being finalized here. From January 2nd to the 16th, you're locking down just a one portal window a year, which is absolutely huge. Now the one caveat here is this is the only time they can enter, but that's not the only time they can sign. They just have to enter in that window, and then they can sign anytime after that. But that is the one window, quote unquote. So I don't know about you, but this is huge news, and probably for the better for everybody involved, honestly.
Absolutely. Huge for the better. I'm going to say that. The only complaint I have is this definitely takes place during a lot of bowl season and a lot of championship runs. So it does factor into those decisions, and I hate the coaches that have to deal with potential transfers happening as you're preparing to win a national championship. That's the only part that frustrates me about it, but outside of that, just one window for 2 weeks, you can't complain about that.
Yeah, and just from an FCS perspective, I think that's a huge win too, just for the entire division, and not have to go through what we went through, last year twice. So
exactly.
Yep, much better. All right, quick look at the Missouri Valley Football Conference standings here. Hey, we moved up to about middle of the pack after 1 week.
Hey, one win, and that's how far we jump. What happens when we win the next one?
That's right. Just keep on going.
Absolutely. No, now obviously the competition is going to get stiffer. I see a lot of teams on here that currently have one win that will be tough until we knock them off ourselves to take their spot of. But outside of that, only way is up.
I guess the big call out here, the ugly looking number on here, man, is our away record at 0-3, and that's gonna that changes this week, right? And we're gonna talk about that here next. So let's get right to it.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 23 for the week. Again, another win, another drop in the polls. That seems to be a theme the last 3 weeks.
You know what? I think I've said it enough at this point, but at this point, you're just play for yourself, play for your team, play for the brother next to you. Don't worry about any other outside noise.
Yeah, and we start knocking off ranked teams, it won't matter. We'll climb right up the polls. So I'm not worried about that number at this very moment. How about jersey combo for the weekend here? We've got the red hat, white jersey, and the red breeches.
Clean, classic look. I'll give it that. This is a solid 7.8 on the Jake scale, in my opinion. It's just clean and it's classic.
Yeah, I give this probably about an 8, maybe 8.5. Actually, I do like this combo, especially on the road.
Yep, absolutely. So it's a 1-0 combo this weekend for sure.
All right. Series history, us versus the Sycamores. South Dakota and Indiana State meet for the 10th time, with South Dakota holding the all-time series lead 7-2. The Oats are 2-2 against the Sycamores when the game is in Terre Haute, but undefeated in Vermilion at 5-0. Man, that dome field advantage. The series dates back to USD joining the Missouri Valley in 2012. That season was the worst loss in our history for the Oats at 45-14. It's the only time series Indiana State was ranked. They were 15. That's pretty good. USD has shut out Indiana State twice. We witnessed that one last year in person, 2024. The only Valley team USD has shut out multiple times is the Sycamores. And then the series has seen two overtime games, 2016, 2018, with both being in Terre Haute. This is where, man, I tell you what, and one of them double overtime win.
Triple overtime loss.
Dude, things get weird there. Things get really weird there. And that's probably just for the simple fact of things get weird at their city and their stadium. That's the only part that kind of worries me about this weekend, honestly.
Well, I'll say I think the weirdest part about playing in Terre Haute is it is empty. And so playing in a silent stadium, regardless of what side of the ball you're on, that's where it gets weird. The ability to create your own excitement, your own enthusiasm behind it, and not feeding off the energy of the crowd. This is why it gets weird there, in my opinion.
Yeah, and well, okay, so their stadium specifically holds like 12,000, I think, and it is their homecoming, and so I'm curious to see what that crowd will actually look like. I haven't looked to see what their attendance numbers are this year so far, but I would expect a bigger crowd than whatever their normal is for this one. So, like you said, it's a weird, just kind of a weird setup.
I will say it's really funny that USC is playing in their third homecoming in a row.
Yes, it's been the theme.
And honestly, I was a little concerned after I found out this was Indiana State's. I'm like, shoot, is that UNI's homecoming then too? But no, they just had theirs against North Dakota and got the doors blown off them. So I thought there was going to be an opportunity for 4, but 3 in a row is still pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy. All right, so looking at the matchup here and game time, we mentioned that earlier, but it's game number 7. We are 3-3. They are 2-3 and 0-1 in the Valley. This one, man, ESPN Plus. We've got to deal with some random play-by-play and analyst announcers here for the weekend, so we'll struggle through that. But I recommend the radio call, as always, Coyote Sports Network, John Thayer, Gary Culver, Jerry Paleshi. They are by far going to be your best bet than some randos on ESPN Plus, because we know what that experience is like. And weather at kickoff, sunny, 68, 5 mile per hour out of the northeast. Man,
how do I sign up for that for every game?
That is beautiful.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Oh, and I got a picture of their stadium so you can see what that looks like down below.
There you go. The one-sided stadium.
Yep.
No away fans allowed. No, that's going to be fun. I'm excited for this. It's going to be a good opportunity. Getting a win on the road is what we really need.
Yes. So how do we make that happen? Let's take a look at the matchup here. They are down to their third-string quarterback. Not sure. Their second stringer is iffy. It sounds like it's going to be their third stringer quarterback, number 10, freshman Brock Riddle. And they are down to their backup running back as well. Ples Lawrence is hurt. Running back number 9, Nick Osho. And then their best wide receivers, number 8, Rashad Rochelle. So that's
Did you plan that out so you could go 8, 9, 10 just for the fun of it?
I did not. I actually didn't even notice that until you said it. No, was unaware.
I mean, it's definitely not a good spot for them to be in this situation. For the most part, everybody's talked about the bottom 2 of the last place of the Missouri Valley is a 2-team race between Murray State and Indiana State. And, you know, being down to your third string quarterback, we've faced that once, a mobile third string quarterback, and it did not go well for that team already once. I don't see it going well for Indiana State in this one.
Yeah, so this quarterback, obviously, like I said, freshman. If he does start, this will be his first ever start. He came in last week at kind of middle of the game when the second stringer went down. But man, they've been on the road with some tough opponents these last 3 weeks. They were at number 22 Indiana, got absolutely throttled.
Boat race, wow.
Then had to go to Wagriz, man, and got stomped there, and then you go to Southern Illinois and get beat pretty good again. So they're going to be glad to be back home. And we mentioned it's homecoming.
Yep.
There's some other
legitimate homecoming. They're actually coming home for this one.
Absolutely. They they're beat up. I guess the overall theme for their team is injuries. They've got a bunch, not just these couple that we mentioned here, but they've got some others even on defense as well. Some linebackers and whatnot. So It's going to be interesting. They're, I guess, philosophy wise, if you look at the two teams, like we both want to run the ball, primarily run first team. And but their defense is pretty bad. They're giving up on that bottom stat there. Sycamore defense is the Achilles heel, allowing over 500 yards of offense per game and over 45 points per contest. Not a good look. I think if we get into we'll get into that in the next slide, but I think they have like the 121st ranked defense.
Yeah, exactly. With it is interesting looking at their numbers here and just kind of comparing their past results. It is impressive that they went into Montana and put 20 up. Now I need to look into when those 20 points happened.
Garbage,
for sure.
Probably.
But then also,
I'm guessing garbage time.
And I know one of the touchdowns against Southern Illinois came in with 5 minutes left in the fourth. It was a long touchdown run by the running back. But also scoring 27 against Southern Illinois, who prides themselves on defense. Both of them pride themselves on defense, and to drop 20 and 27 is still an impressive number, regardless of when that game or when those points actually happened.
Yeah, and I would just say for fans looking at Southern Illinois, their offense is such a high-powered offense. They score fast. They give the ball back to their team, so their team gets a lot of opportunities as well. But man, their defense is not great either. They're definitely kind of middle of the pack. They're known for defense historically, but this year their defense is not that good.
And I actually pulled up their game here just so everyone is aware. Indiana State actually just scored a touchdown in every quarter against Southern Illinois, which is pretty funny. But then I think they either missed a field goal or it was missed an extra point or 2 field goals. And then, against Montana, it was 1 touchdown in the first quarter, and then they didn't score until the fourth.
So if we think about kind of philosophical here, how this game's going to play out, both teams want to establish the run. For me, man, I think it comes down to the trenches again this week. I think if we own the line of scrimmage, I think this one can get ugly in favor of the good guys. Yeah,
and actually, let's dip into the comments here. Ray pulling it up. LJ will get 300 yards. Well, if that's the case, he'll already be 100. He'll be just 100 yards short of Charles Pierre or Tice from last season in his entire total.
There you go.
So
I expect.
Let's just
LJ
talk about how wild that is. LJ going into his 5th start.
Yep.
And obviously he has to get the 300 first, but if he does hit that, his 5th start, and he is 100 yards away from what Tice did and what we thought was an unbelievable season.
Yeah, it's been honestly kind of mind-boggling with the numbers that he's putting up, and we're going to get to it here in a second, but like I said, their defense is pretty porous, and especially their run defense. And so I do expect LJ to have a giant day on Saturday. And then on the flip side, man, stopping the run from our defensive perspective, I put Chris Dixon on the slide because I think that D-line is going to have to have a big day.
Oh, yeah.
And, he's had a good season thus far. Him, Caden Crawford, you got Big Mo in there, Jeff Bowie, those guys, they're all going to have a big day and shutting down that run game. And if they do, I think the Oats win big.
To add to that situation, this is a wonderful confidence booster just for the linebackers, who I think have been, for the most part, playing pretty fantastic this season. But to be able to get, hopefully we have Wade back in some sort of fashion. Hopefully he's recovering well. But if we can get Wade back for this game, it's a good warm up for him because he's gonna be in it. And then Nate Ewell as well. Those two are going to be some big guys to keep an eye on throughout the game.
Yeah, and you think about 2 years ago there, that game was 3-3 at halftime. It was just all sorts of weird. We were kind of lackadaisical, for lack of a better term, but had to kind of turn it on at the end to pull away. But we need to exercise some demons, right? Because we historically don't play well up there, like we mentioned in the series history. And so I think this is a good chance to do that, because this team is not much better than Murray State, but you're going to have to generate some energy in your own hype because it is a road game, and you don't have the confines of the dome. So I think if the boys do that, I think we take care of business.
Oh yeah. We're going to need LJ bouncing around on the sideline too. He's the energy guy.
Yes, absolutely. All right.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go
Let's quit teasing the stats.
All right. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at the stats. I want everybody to direct your attention to the top left for the Yotes rushing offense. We are now the 10th ranked rushing offense in the FCS. We have the number 1 rusher, right, with LJ at 799. So the rushing offense continues to climb the ranks. And then if you scroll down a little bit, go bottom right and look at kind of rush defense, total defense for them, scoring defense. I mean, you're darn near last in the FCS in all of those categories at 121, 124, 126. So I do expect the run game to do very well this game.
Heck, even I mean, it is a test of ranks here because we got the 105 passing offense versus the 104 passing defense.
Right.
Which one's going to give? Now, it's easy to joke about the passing offense because we know it just hasn't been uncorked.
Correct.
In reality,
Correct.
We saw a wonderful tease against Murray State on homecoming, and then it just was done. We just got rid of it.
And the other part of that is it's the push-pull versus, just running the ball for 300 yards a game and not really getting to really open up the passing game. You're using the passing game in a limited fashion, almost handcuffed on that because you're running the ball so much and so well that you just don't get a chance. And so, the run game sets up the play action, sets up those deep shots, and we take advantage of those when they present themselves. And we have to this point, have done a good job with that. So fully expect more of that in this one.
Let's have some fun with this. Let's chat. If you're listening to this live, let's get in on this. What's more likely to happen? We get LJ going for 300 or Fenner breaking 120 on receiving yards? I think that's a fun question to talk about.
That is a fun one. I don't think LJ gets to 300. I think he puts up 200 though.
Yeah.
I think we see more of Reed and Carson in this one too, because I think they're all going to get the ball and just going to keep pounding the rock.
Okay, so let's move it. Let's move it to 225 versus 120.
Okay, I like that better because I do think, like I said, they're going to distribute it. I don't think they're going to run LJ for 30 carries in this game.
No, well, shoot, he did it last game with 24. So
get it. There you go. Get it in like 10 or 20 carries.
Yeah, exactly. Heck, I mean, when you average 7 yards a carry, it's pretty easy to get there. But I think this would be a fun one to watch. In my opinion, I think they might try to play the pass a little bit more.
Ray wants that LJ 300.
Okay.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I just don't want to see him get 30 carries. Let's do it in like 20 carries.
Hey, he could. Yeah,
I know he could.
Especially if Fenner's there to keep guys off his back.
There you go. There you go.
But I mean, the opportunity is there with what their defense gives up. 509 yards. Like they are 2 away from last place.
Yeah, and we put up over 500 on Murray State. So basically, like I said, just deja vu. Just do it again.
Yep, exactly. But no, it's gonna be a fun game. It's a continue. We talked about it. This is a perfect opportunity to get this 3-0 stretch right here with Murray State. Already got one done, and then we go to Indiana State, which is very similar to Murray State, but it's on the road. And let's get that monkey off our back for the season of winning that. And then we go to UNI, which is always just a weird place to play, even if they are down. But if we can get this 3-0 right here, the next 3 are going to be a blast. So, I'm going to plug the tickets real quick, but especially Illinois State. Like everybody's sleeping on this game because UND comes in the Dome and then SDSU comes in the Dome, and those are going to be 2 nuts games. Illinois State is a freak offense opportunity, so it will be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, and they're all equally important at this point because we mentioned it last week. Our playoffs started last week. We don't have much margin for error anymore. Can't slip up and drop some of these games, and so it's we need all hands on deck, and that's Coyote Nation back in the boys, back in the pack. So. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this one, man, other than just, like I said, the demons, exercising the demons on the road because we just historically don't play well there, even if we do win. I will say this, you heard Coach say it earlier this week, but having to fly into Indianapolis and then you bust in the morning for like an hour and a half, bust down to Terre Haute, so that's kind of funky. Again, it's just it's a weird routine. It's just a weird trip.
It is.
Just like I said, you got to generate your own energy here and stay locked in.
Yeah, absolutely. And check it out. Ray's heading to UNI. I think you might have to stop and pick up Mitch on the way because he wants to tag along.
I'm tempted. Yeah, I've been tempted since I saw that game on the schedule. And the more these games get kind of more impactful, I may just have to do that next week.
Oh, and the jokes I'm going to be writing about Stepsis leading into the game are going to be countless.
Absolutely. All right, man. let's take a look at lines. And
Yep.
so we got Sagarin here, Indiana State 218. That's not much better
Not
than
good.
Murray was. And then us, we're sitting at 140. We haven't really moved much. We've kind of been in that 130, 140 range for
Yep.
many weeks now.
Which
We need to.
I don't predict us moving until we start winning the next home games.
Yeah, and that one,
In
is
reality.
so metric driven too. I mean, there's a lot of
Mhm.
things that go into that. As Yote fan pointed out earlier, the Reddit FCS line is us minus 6.5. No FanDuel line that I saw. And then
Yep.
Massey running the Massey simulation here. He likes the Yotes minus 19, 39 to 20.
Massey knows what's up.
That's solid. I mean, I would take that.
And one thing I want to remind everybody too, back in 2023 when we traveled there, and Mitch did mention we went 3-3 at halftime. The game ended 17-3. We were within scoring position at the end of the game to tack on some extras, but we were a 17-point favorite at that game as well, and we missed covering by 3 is all. So just remember that. Like, yeah, 17-3 doesn't sound great, but we were also just 3 points away from covering.
I mean, from a defensive perspective, 3 sounds pretty good, but 17's not getting it done.
No.
And it definitely would not
covered.
be getting it done against this team with this poorly of a ranked defense. That would be that would be kind of a disappointment.
You know what they say, Mitch? Good teams win, great teams cover.
Well, let's do it. The Yotes haven't covered much this year, not many weeks, so let's do it.
We're gonna get it done.
All right. Get your picks ready, everybody. We'll put them in the chat. We'll throw them up here as we go to the pick segment sponsored by the Carney family, the best sports fans any team could wish for. We are very thankful for where's my timer? We're very
all right,
very
say bye to Mitch. He's time to get off.
Yep, gotta go. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the Carney family. We got Pat, Cassie, and Maddie. Man, and I tell you what, it's been a blast to tailgate with them this year. It was just kind of it wasn't even planned. My tailgate group, none of us had planned it, and all of a sudden it just kind of fell into place. We got 3 families going together, so it's pretty sweet, but we do appreciate them. And with that, the Carney family gives us a 28-14, all tutties.
Yeah, no field goals besides the extra points. So
yep, no messing around, just straight up, a couple touchdowns. All right, we got Ray jumping in here. I like it. 35-3. Let's do that. That would be a very convincing, dominating win.
Yes. At this point, I will say no matter what the win looks like against Indiana State, unless it's a last-second field goal, it's whatever we do in Indiana State on a win side isn't going to grab media attention by any means.
No.
People are moving on from us until we do something again at home or even the UNI game. But 35-3. Please put me down for that all day.
Yeah, Yote fan, I like this one. He's real close to where we're at, Jake. 33-17.
Yep.
And then Sarah coming in, big win, 52-9. Hey, I mean, we shut them out last year, right? What was it? Was it 49-0?
I know we didn't crack 50, so that would be a step up from last season.
That was the game that we held them to negative yards rushing.
Negative 3 yards rushing.
That was the bob out.
Yeah, exactly. And how wild is it to throw things or bring things full circle where now they're one of the best rushing teams in the FCS?
Yeah. They were, what are they, top 20, 25,
top
something
25,
like that?
I think is what your sheet said there. So
I'll go back here real quick. Yeah, 23rd best rushing offense.
And we beat them 49-0, and they had negative 3 yards rushing. Charles Pierre Jr. averaged 15 yards a carry.
Ooh,
and
okay.
Yeah, Aiden went for 240.
Okay. Well, Yote fan and I are pretty synced up here. I've got 35-17 Yotes. I'm giving them a garbage touchdown. I think it's 35-10, but giving them a late touchdown there to make it somewhat respectable at 35-17.
Yep. That doesn't surprise me the way the end of games have been going. I know coaching staff's trying to tighten that up in the fourth quarter, but we've let some bad teams score when it didn't matter.
We've also put in some second stringers to get him some reps, right? Because this team does
third stringers even.
And we do have a younger team this year and guys that need some some playing time and some reps, and so that's good. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, it doesn't make the
Yep,
score look as sexy, but like on D days, you saw that second and third stringers coming in, and that's good experience for them. They give up a
absolutely.
touchdown that I can live with that.
Yep. And actually, I did mention that we were going to do a little tracker, which we haven't tweeted out because there's only been 2 that have been playing on the true freshman side. But we have had 2 red shirts burned, if my count is correct. The obvious one that everybody knows about is going to be Carson Fletcher. His season or his red shirt's done, and he will be finishing out the season. But with Murray State, Jaden Brown, safety, did get in, and so we have now burned his red shirt as well.
It's not surprising, Jake, because both of
No,
those spots are guys that we had team captains that have gone down for season-ending injuries with Charles Pierre and Tim White.
absolutely. And I mean, we had some young guns in there just even before Jaden was in. Like Dawson Shesher was playing, and he played a lot of snaps. He's a young kid, but they are definitely trying to figure some stuff out for sure.
Yeah, we'll throw Grants up here in a second, but Ray says with the transfer portal, does red shirt matter? I mean,
absolutely for FCS.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what your philosophy is too, as like a team. Like USD is still trying to build through the high school ranks and keep guys in the program and develop them. We're never going to give up on that strategy, and so it does matter to a certain extent.
And I'll take Austin Majeski in this situation. The red shirt means a ton. His opportunity to get to sit behind Aiden through this, he's not putting any stats out there. He's building a connection to USD like that. I don't see it happening. And even if we don't go Nevin and we do go Austin for next season, this season means so much to his growth. But I really do think we'll have Nevin next season. But just something to kind of think about.
Well, and just a comment too on the transfer portal. I don't think we'll see as much madness as we saw last year, right?
No,
I don't expect 2 years of that much movement. There was a lot of other variables with that, and teams trying to get guys in before all the new rules happened, and so I don't think you'll see quite as much movement.
Okay, and then I actually just did get a text from Trevor here, just so everybody's aware on the beef on the drawings. We are actually, I'm going to move it and it will be posted properly from here on out, but we are going to put the drawing on the 4th of November just to make life easier for him on getting everything sorted out.
Okay.
So the 4th would be a Tuesday. It'll be our Tuesday show. So we can do it on that. So I'll have it end. We'll have it end right up at 8:00 so I can get everything organized.
Sorry, I was looking at a calendar. You said, where are you at? Oh, yeah. Oh, Tuesday 4th. Yeah, our show's on Monday, so you'd be off a day there.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I got my days mixed up.
We could do a special live. We could do a special live one just for that.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't stop us last time when we got the jersey helmet and sideline passes. So
yeah, we go that route too.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll have it all written down properly for everyone. Just know it is open now, though. So feel free to reach out. We'll get you all hooked up on it, and I'll get you added on.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it more too in the future.
Absolutely.
Grant comes in 31-21, man. He's not as optimistic as our Coyote fans here in the chat or myself. He likes this game to be a little closer.
I bet if we were to text him now with the tequila flowing, that changes a ton in a positive route.
50-0.
Yeah, if Indiana State's lucky.
Right. All right. I'm throwing yours up.
Perfect. Yep. 38-17. Very, very similar to Mitch. I feel very confident in what our offense can do. Their offense actually has slightly impressed me, which sounds weird to say because they've been blown out in pretty much every game. But their ability to go into Montana, into Southern Illinois, and score 20 or more definitely makes me a little nervous on that. But I think we're going to put up points in bunches. And in reality, it will never be a close game.
Yeah, and so just final thoughts on this. We do have a really good run defense. We've given up quite a bit of yards in the passing game, this season. But I think you've really seen the front seven shut down the run game. And so I think too, Jake, with both teams wanting to run the ball, I think you're going to see maybe the clock's going to tick faster, right? You're going to see the clock melt away a lot faster because there's going to be less stoppages. And so you've got that. And so you've got, ultimately that comes down to less possessions for each team to have the ball. And ultimately then less possessions means less points put up. So I really wanted to go like 42, 45, 49, but I just don't think we're going to have the ball enough times to reach that unless we force them into a lot of 3 and outs. If we do that, then that could change. But I think both teams running the ball, it's going to make this game a little bit different than some of the games we've seen thus far.
And one thing I want to add to it, because I think you're correct. Now, the two things: one, to watch for, I really feel like Indiana State's going to come out with some kind of trick play right away to start for homecoming, to test our young DBs and really play into the fact that they have a very good run offense, trying to really catch us sleeping and looking in the backfield on that. So there's something to watch for early. I really think they might try to sneak something in.
Onside kick, the opening kickoff.
I don't think they'll get too crazy there on that. But so I don't know. I'm curious to see how this game plays out, though. I'm ready.
Yeah, it is. It'll be interesting. Like you said, we got some voodoos to kind of exercise there at Terre Haute, and hopefully this team, they've got a lot of changes, a lot of new guys in this team. So none of that stuff that's happened in the past is really relatable. So fully expect the guys to go in there and take care of business.
Absolutely. No, I'm feeling. It looks like everybody's feeling pretty confident about our opportunities here, and I don't think anybody's wrong in their thoughts.
Yep.
Grant's the least confident person, so you guys can boo him.
Yeah, and that's interesting because usually that's me, and for some reason this week that's him.
Yeah, I don't know what's up there, but we'll get him sorted out. We'll get him right.
No, I've got a good feeling about this one. I think this one's going to be a good victory for the Yotes, and we just keep riding the high we're on.
Absolutely. Perfect. Well, hey, you got anything else for him?
I don't think so, man. I think that's all I have.
Okay. Yeah. So our DMs are open on Twitter. Our Facebook Messenger is open. You'll see a post either tonight or tomorrow morning on the Calbion for the raffles being set up. Reach out. Find me at Tailgate. Find Mitch. Find Grant. When those days roll around, let's have a blast. Let's raise a ton of money for the kids and really kick it up a notch for Aiden.
Yeah, I guess final thoughts would be this would make an excellent Christmas present for somebody.
Absolutely. My mom did say she was going to get in on this, and she said if she wins, she's splitting it thirds between my brother, me, and my mom. So, yeah, I hope she wins. Yeah, but I'll have somebody else spin
it. a quarter beef, that's quite a bit of meat. So
it's a lot of meat. So yeah, it can feed a family of 4 for quite a while.
We should have Trevor on, get him on, and he can talk to us about all the different cuts and
absolutely
give us a little
tomahawk in there.
There you go. Give us a little education on butchering a cow.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, flip that last slide. Let's get it up there.
All right.
There it is. Perfect. Well, I think this is a great place to end it. So that being said, go Yotes.
Yep. Appreciate everybody. Go Yotes.